Good evening. First, I just want to start by thanking Rebecca for organizing this town hall for all of us elected and working with everyone on Roosevelt Island. And just want to thank the whole team here with Borough President Brewer, Senator Serrano, and Congresswoman Maloney will be joining us, and Carolyn and Delicado and RIAC. Together, we've been doing a great job together for the past couple months and years, and I hope we can keep it up, but it only works because of the teamwork between all of us working together on every single issue for you. I'd also like to thank the Fourth Estate. They're also part of this. I want to thank Dick Lutz and all those who are involved in the Main Street Wire, as well as Rick O'Connor at the Roosevelt Islander. You're always there. You're always filming away, and we really appreciate it because without transparency, government doesn't work. So key things, first Friday of every month, you're welcome to join me in my office face-to-face for a conversation, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Second Tuesday of every month, if you have an idea for legislation or a way to change the world, it's policy night at 6 p.m. and this is always at our district office. Some great news around participatory budgeting. How many people here voted in participatory budgeting? I should see every single hand here. If you are over 16, I see some people who might qualify for under, but it looks like a lot of adults in the room. You're able to vote. We voted on $1 million. Last year we had 500 people vote total. This year we had over 2,000, and the top vote getter in the entire district was Roosevelt Island, PS 217. They win with 850 votes. You can see the turnout, you can see how everything performed. We posted all the ballot information, all the results on benkallos.com/pv. Now I'm going to talk about Sutton Place on Roosevelt Island. On Sutton Place, they would like to put up a 90-story building at 58 Sutton. Why am I talking about a 90-story building at 58 Sutton on Roosevelt Island? The answer is because it will cast a shadow so high, so large, that it will cast a shadow onto Roosevelt Island for several hours a day, and it will actually cast a shadow onto Queens, over to Astoria. So we're working hard. We worked with CV6 to pass a resolution to rezone the area and cap the area at 210 feet, which would not cast a shadow here. And we're working on trying to stop some of the tall buildings along the 57th Street corridor because a billionaire should not be able to take the light and air from Roosevelt Island. Some other great news, after years of fighting, whether it's Chuck Schumer, our senator, Congresswoman Maloney, or my predecessor, Jessica Lappin, we were able to finally win ferry service for Roosevelt Island. The landing here will be 2017, will be connected to Astoria and to Long Island City, and then to 34th, then Wall Street, and I believe we're hearing about a 20-minute commute down to Wall Street, or 24 minutes. So that should be pretty amazing, and that's going to be a MetroCard swipe. We're also had I was also proud to do an event with our borough president around the library, which we worked with people to envision what they wanted there. One item that did not win on participatory budgeting was the audio looping. It came in third, but that was pretty amazing. But the New York Public Library heard about that, and now they're investigating audio looping on their own throughout the city. And that's the kind of effect that PV can have. So I do want to make sure, I think, with regard to the ABO, great news from our Assembly member and our Senator for working hard for us in Albany. We had done a joint letter together requesting these funds, and we believe that Roosevelt Island is unique in the fact that these funds came from an initial project versus always coming from state funding. The next piece is with regard to New York City Cornell Tech. We're working closely with PS 217 to make sure that they make good on their promises to be a custodian and care for the island and provide services here. The next piece is on the youth program. We started getting hundreds and hundreds of letters, so anyone who needs a copy of it, you should have already received an email response from our office where we forwarded your information over to Mayor de Blasio, as well as Commissioner Bill Chong of the Department of Youth and Community Development. We're committed to trying to keep the beacon open, keep it funded, and make sure that all the kids can actually go. The next piece, and I know that the Public Safety Committee and RERA have been very upfront on this for years, is dealing with safety on the island. And as we know, there was a shooting, and this was the first one since I've been in office, or as many of us can remember. And immediately I reached out to Lena Delicato, the 114th Precinct, and Jack McManus at Public Safety, and I said, what can we do? Can we just do some sort of harmony event or what have you? And the entire team was really focused on a constructive result. And what we heard from RERA PSD is just Public Safety Committee, PSC, is that there weren't activities for the kids who are getting in trouble, and that's for. And so we worked with 114th, and they were telling us that they do something called NYPD Explorers. It's for youth ages 14 to 20, and it becomes a pathway to their cadet program, and that pathway to cadet can actually result in a career, a high-paying, good career. So on May 27th, I'm proud to be working with, and there's flyers, and you can read about it in the Wire tomorrow, with Roosevelt Island Operating Corporation, Public Safety, 114th, Roosevelt Island Youth Program, Roosevelt Island Residents Association, Public Safety Committee, our Congresswoman, Manhattan Borough President Gale, Brewer, Senator Serrano, Rebecca Seawright, to bring them to the island. The registration deadline is coming, so it's the 27th, right back here at 7 p.m. And hopefully you can tell all the parents you know, all the kids you know, and it's an opportunity to really invest a lot of time and resources to provide mentorship, activities, and a constructive place for some of the kids to go. And one of the challenges is actually transportation, and we're going to be working together to face that to make sure that they can do it. But doing a one-off forum would have been the easy answer versus investing time, effort, money, and everything into it. So I just want to give a huge thank you to REOC, PSD, and 114th for partnership on this. So I think it's and some sadder news and good news. I don't know if anyone knows this. This is my Roosevelt Island rep, Joseph Strong. And so Joe is a graduate of child school right here on the island, and he's headed off to college, and we're really happy for him. We support higher education. So he's headed to do that, so we're going to miss him. But we've loved working with him for the past 2 years. And I want to introduce our new rep, Sushant, who you know from participating And I mentioned Ben in your building earlier, so I now spend most of my evenings meeting with groups of 10 neighbors or more. And I'm afraid I had a commitment prior to the announcement of this to go be at a Ben in your building somewhere else, so I'm going to have to excuse myself. You can send me emails with your questions for me at bkallos at benkallos.com. It's in our newsletter, and I just want to thank all of you for coming out. Thank you. You are amazing.